Texas, man. Check this place out.
Yeah, this place is stunning, man. What an experience.
All right, let's get into a little bit of what we're going to be discussing in this video.
Yes, for starters, we're going to dive in and talk about full-time four-wheel drive and its high and low settings. From there, we'll pivot and talk about the Torsen Limited-Slip Center Differential and its locking capability.
And then we're going to wrap up after discussing the electronically controlled front and rear locking differentials. Let's get back after it.
You ready to get started? Let's go.
Both the GX and the LX are what we call full-time four-wheel drive vehicles, which means all four wheels are receiving power from the engine at all times. This provides great traction for a whole number of scenarios. Power is sent to the front and rear axles through a transfer case and a center differential. The transfer case is an important piece of hardware that makes these full-time four-wheel drive vehicles a lot more capable than simply an all-wheel drive SUV. The two-speed transfer case mechanically multiplies the torque output of the engine using gears when you select low range. The driver can select either the high range, sometimes called 4 high or H4, or the low range, often called 4 low or L4. 4 high is the standard mode used when driving around in your daily commute or your on-road travel. 4 high is also very capable off-road. Many trails don't necessitate the use of 4 low, and you would be surprised how many situations and adventures you can tackle while still staying in 4 high. Honestly, me and my friends have often challenged ourselves to see who can stay in 4 high deepest into a trail just to see what our vehicles are capable of. 4 low provides the most torque for when you're going very slowly on a steep incline or decline, or you need a lot of twisting force to get through a tough obstacle.
The GX and LX both normally operate in 4 high. Now, there may be scenarios where you're off-roading and you choose to drive slower and wish to engage 4 low. To do so, you must bring the vehicle to a complete stop and place the transmission in neutral. On the GX, the four-wheel drive control is a toggle switch located near the shifter. Push the switch down and move it back to the 4 low position. On the LX, the control is a dial on the right side of the center console. Push and turn the dial counterclockwise. On both vehicles, the 4 low indicator will illuminate in the multi-information display. Now put it in drive and you're ready to go. Once you're done with the tough driving, come to a stop again and put it in neutral. On the LX, turn the dial clockwise to return to 4 high. On the GX, flip the toggle switch forward to 4 high. When the 4 low indicator lights go out, you can put it in drive and off you go. From where you're seated, it's probably very difficult for the camera to capture just how steep this incline is behind us. Believe me when I tell you, and Eli can attest to this, it feels like our feet are about to slip right out from underneath us.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and I think this is going to be the perfect obstacle that we can kind of start talking about differentials, the lockers that we have in these vehicles, and sort of get into all of that kind of next level off-road technology that comes with the GX and LX Overtrail.
Yeah, but let's start from the start by beginning with a look at the Torsen differential.
Standard on all GX and LX models is the Torsen Limited-Slip Center Differential with a locking feature. This distributes engine power between the front and rear axles. It stays active at all times, and it allows the front and rear axles to spin at different speeds whenever necessary, just like when you're cornering on the street. It also continuously assigns drive torque to the axle with better traction. Whether you're in 4 high or 4 low, if you find yourself in a difficult situation off-road, or simply put, you want to have a more predictable drive, you can always put on that center differential lock, which is going to split your power from the engine 50-50 front to rear.
All LX and GX models include a center locking differential. And for those of you who are more hardcore off-road enthusiasts, you'll be pleased to learn that the Overtrail models offer additional lockers. GX Overtrail models have 2, the center differential locker and a rear differential locker, located to the right of the four-wheel drive control. The LX Overtrail models are often referred to by enthusiasts as triple lock, which means you have the standard center differential locker, plus the rear differential locker, and a front differential locker. You'll find the center differential lock button near the shifter in the center console. Simply push the button to activate. On GX, that's the more forward of the two. On both vehicles, the center differential lock indicator will illuminate in the MID. You can tell it's the center differential lock by the location of the lock in the indicator icon. By the way, when in 4 low with the center differential locked, vehicle stability control is automatically turned off. You'll see the VSC off indicator illuminate as well.
Quick note on using these lockers. On both the GX and the LX, you can engage or disengage the lockers while you're in motion. Small caveat. If you're in a severely stuck situation with one wheel stuck up in the air, that wheel's going to be spinning at a higher speed and the other wheel most likely will not be spinning at all. You'll need to apply the brakes and bring that wheel that's spinning freely to a stop before engaging the locker, at which point both wheels will turn together at a slower speed and you'll be able to creep out of that situation. Locking the center differential can also help you when driving on a slippery or uneven surface and on steep inclines or declines. Once you're clear, don't forget to unlock the differential and reactivate VSC. Both the GX and LX Overtrail models are equipped with an electronically controlled locking rear differential. This locking rear differential operates in a similar function as the center, but instead of locking power 50-50 front to rear, it locks power 50-50 left to right tire. This is especially handy in challenging off-road situations when you're driving in 4-wheel low. If one rear wheel loses traction, the locked differential ensures that the other rear wheel continues to receive power and provide more grip. To activate the rear locker on the GX and LX, just push the button to activate, and the rear differential lock indicator will illuminate in the multi-information display. Notice that the lock icon is positioned to the rear. The locked differential now delivers power to the wheel with traction and helps provide more grip. Soon enough, you'll be well on your way through the obstacle.
LX Overtrail goes one step further, adding electronically controlled locking differentials to the rear and front. The indicator icons feature corresponding lock positions. Being triple locked provides the most confidence to the driver when conquering those fun and difficult off-road obstacles. As much as possible, this provides an equal distribution of power being sent mechanically to each wheel on the rig. This should help stop those wheels, front or rear, from spinning and get you the traction you need. Again, don't forget to hit the button afterwards to unlock the various differentials. Whether you're a novice who's new to the world of off-roading or already experienced and seeking to expand your horizons, the technologies you'll find on the Lexus LX and GX Overtrail models are designed for all of your off-roading adventures.
And of course, if you're looking for any further information on any of the off-road technologies we've discussed in this video, feel free to log on to lexus.com or refer to your owner's manual.
We hope to see you out on the trails.